What's up guys, and welcome back to a brand new video today here on CodeNamePizza. Today's video is going to be really different compared to stuff that I do nowadays on the channel, and if any of you guys are OGs of this channel, it will take you all the way back to maybe 2015, 2016, where I used to do theory videos and behind the scenes of storylines and stuff like that. It's going to be really good today. So I've been researching for around a week now to do with the Chaos storyline, and honestly, when the game first came out, I didn't want to pay much interest to it. I kind of gave up with storyline back at the start of Black Ops 3. It got too complicated and I didn't enjoy it that much anymore. And I really started enjoying the main gameplay of the game and Easter eggs and just playing every single day instead of looking at the backstory. But now I've actually taken some time out of my playing the game schedule and looked at the backstory of the Chaos crew. It is unbelievable. The Chaos storyline is so in-depth, and as of now, I am so involved in this storyline. I can't wait to see what happens, and hopefully at the end of this video as well, you guys will feel the exact same. So one thing I do want to ask you guys is if you want to see more content like this on the channel and you enjoyed this video, just make sure you leave that like. I want to know that you actually want this type of content because this has taken me over a week to make. So if we end up getting like 3,115 likes, we'll do something similar to this again. And if you are brand new to the channel and you love Black Ops 4 Zombies or any zombie game in general, make sure you click that subscribe button right now. Become the latest member of the Pizza Club. And with that all out of the way, just sit back, relax, and enjoy this awesome backstory to the Chaos crew. And we're basically going to take a trip into Jason Blundell's mind. So before we jump into the hidden secrets and everything like that, let's have a look at the actual base of the Chaos storyline. So we know that we've got 4 characters. The characters are Scarlet, Stanton Shaw, Bruno, and Diego. And by far in my mind, and even by the other characters' mind, Scarlet is the main character of this storyline. Apart from her father, because we are actually searching for her father. Her father is called Alistair Rhodes, and he is now involved with the Chaos Order in some way. And the Chaos Order are a cult of people that basically want to destroy the Earth. And we can assume those are the same people that we see at the end of the 9 Easter egg. When the guy takes off his mask, we can assume that he is possibly the main leader of that cult, or he's just pretty high up in that cult. So the main story that is right in front of us, without digging underneath the surface, is that Scarlet is hunting for her father, with the help of 3 of his associates. And those associates are of course Diego, who is a Mexican spy, Bruno, who is an ex-gangster, who is also a former French soldier, and of course the British chemist Shaw. Now today's video is mainly going to be focusing on Scarlet and Shaw. Bruno and Diego will focus on those on another day, but the main focus of today's video is those 2 characters, because I absolutely love them and there's so much backstory behind them. Now Shaw sees Scarlet as the leader of the Chaos crew, and considering that we're actually in the hunt for her father, we can assume that this is correct information. Now the reason why I'm going to be basing most of this video on Shaw is because he's unbelievably interesting. Shaw is actually the creator of the Wraith Fire grenade from the game, and he's also the creator of the acid bomb as well. Now it's not just these 2 things that he's the creator of, he's actually the main creator of all the elixirs inside the game as well. And this leads us onto the fact that we know that Shaw is involved in alchemy. He practices alchemy. He's an alchemist. And the description of alchemy is that it's a medieval forerunner of chemistry, concerned with the transmutation of matter, in particular with attempts to convert base metals into gold or find universal elixirs. So basically, alchemists would view the world completely different to everyone else. They would believe that everything inside of the universe, everything that they can physically see, has a universal spirit. And metals inside the earth were actually believed not to only be alive, but to grow inside of the earth. If you're looking at a base metal or a common metal, such as lead, they believed that lead was spiritually and physically immature. So basically on its path to become gold. It's crazy stuff, but Shaw was of course involved in alchemy. To alchemists, metal were not just unique substances that populate the periodic table, but instead the same thing in different stages of development. So like I said before, lead is on a spiritual journey of some kind to become gold. Now I know what you guys are saying. How does this actually tie into Black Ops 4? Well, let's jump into the map 9. If we look on the map 9, we've got 4 temples. We've got Danu, we've got Ra, we've got Zeus, and we've also got Odin. Outside of these temples, we have got symbols. And these symbols are actually known as the 4 ancient elements of the cosmos. Here we have got fire, we've also got earth, we've also got water, and we have also got air. Now we do in fact see these on Voyage of Despair as well on the clock step. But these 4 ancient elements of the cosmos, which are also known as the classic elements, are also known as the 4 roots. And we're going to be looking at the 4 roots roots in a little bit more detail a little bit later on. But this is my idea of these elements. Each DLC map that we get is based on a different version of the element. At the minute, we've got 9 and Void of Despair. Void of Despair can easily be described as the water element. And 9 is a little bit different. We've got fire, we've got earth in there. I'm not 100% sure what we could call it, either fire or earth, but I believe that we're going to get 4 DLC maps in the DLC season. 2 are going to be Chaos and 2 are going to be either Primus or Ultimus. And the 2 that we get for Chaos Crew are going to be the other 2 classic elements. So we're going to get air and then either the fire or the earth, which I wasn't 100% sure what I should call 9. Also, one thing that I do want to know is that one of the DLC maps could be Paris. It was said that alchemists would gather in the back of the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris and exchange experiences, knowledge, and also wisdom. So this was actually a meeting ground for alchemists. Inside of Paris, inside of Notre Dame, the whole thing inside of Zombies that we've never had a Paris map, this could now come into fruition with this. But I'm not saying it's definite, I'm just saying it's a possibility. Now let's talk about those elements again. The 4 elements that are also known as the 4 roots. The reason why this is important is because alchemists believe that these roots are actually a bigger picture that lead on to a tree. And when do we see trees? We see trees in 9 and we also see trees in Void of Despair. We're going to dismiss the tree on 9 because that is the Danu tree, and considering Danu is the Irish mythological mother of the earth, it kind of makes sense why it's there without this whole alchemy thing. But let's move on to Void of Despair. The Void of Despair ending cutscene without knowing all this information is extremely confusing, but now it actually makes sense. This is one of the trees of alchemy in front of us. Of course, we got the classic elements, which are the roots, but also inside of alchemy, planets were known as metals. Each classic planet, and they called certain things that we don't call today planets. They called the moon and sun planets. Each classic planet, so Moon, Mercury, Venus, Sun, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn, were all associated with 7 metals, known as the classic world. Silver, Mercury / Quicksilver, copper, gold, iron, tin, and lead. And all the symbols that we see on the boat in Void of Despair on the planet step, they are all taken from ancient writings of alchemists as well. Now, the reason why this fits in is because these planets that we actually get on the Easter egg step, we get to see go into the tree at the end. On that cutscene, that is what we are seeing. We're seeing all the balls of light that we collect from around the map, which were planets, go into that tree before the boss fight. Now, I also want to point out that some alchemists believe that these classic planets represent body parts. So some of the alchemists consider the sun as a heart, the moon as a brain, Mercury as the lungs, Venus as the kidneys, Mars as the gallbladder, Jupiter as the liver, and Saturn as the spleen. So all this stuff to do with alchemy that Shaw practices in is all thrown into the game. Now, while analyzing some of the symbols, like I was telling you guys then, inside of Void of Despair, we got the symbols that represent the planets in alchemy. I was also trying to look for some of the symbols that were in the end of the 9 cutscene. And some of these symbols led me on to something what was known as Hermeticism. Now, Hermeticism was a religious practice, and these Hermetics actually practiced in alchemy as well. And the Hermetics also believed that the planets that we actually get to see inside of Void of Despair are known as the 7 spheres. And this is exactly what we do inside the Easter egg. We shoot down the planets and collect the spheres. They said that the 7 spheres were associated with the 7 traditional planets, and they were each a hindrance to the progress of the spiritual person. Alchemists also talk about the passing through 7 stages of the great work, each associated with one of the 7 planets. And the really cool thing is, which ties this whole thing together, is that the great work in Hermeticism is described as chaos. That's right, this is where the Chaos Crew get their name from. Hermetics would describe chaos in this way. Chaos was described as an original state of existence from which the first gods appear. And of course, like we said before, those ancient Greeks are considered the 4 elements. The 4 ancient elements of the cosmos: fire, earth, water, and air. Possibly our DLC season. But there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was very, very different, and I still don't understand this completely. I've tried to describe it the best way possible, but you've got to remember, this whole backstory and the whole of Hermeticism and alchemy, this is stuff that takes people years to fully understand. And I've only scratched the surface inside of this video. But I just wanted to show, yes, the Primus crew, the Ultimus gang, whatever you want to call them, they have a great backstory. But the Chaos crew needs to be loved as well. Their backstory is awesome. Jason Blundell's not just gone and and wrote this story in 5 minutes. He's had to research this whole thing and tie it into this crazy backstory that we can read inside of the comic books as well. But there you go. I hope you guys learned something today. I hope that I didn't just sound like I was waffling on for the whole video. But if you enjoyed it and you want to see more stuff like this in the future, make sure you absolutely smash a like on this video right now. We're going to be aiming for 3,115 likes. And if you are brand new to the channel, make sure you click that subscribe button to become the latest member of the Pizza Club. Thank you for watching, guys, and peace out.